This is a video about producing a panoramic image. I'll start off with the camera. You're going to have to use a manual setting. It's going to have to be on a tripod. You're going to have to use a shutter delay, like 2-second delay. When you push the button, take your hands off the camera so it doesn't shake. And I usually take one image horizontal, such as this example right here, to get a light reading. Kind of like a happy medium in the middle. And then after I take a picture, I'll turn the camera 90 degrees and I'll start all the way over to the right. And I use a zoom lens, so I usually give myself plenty extra to crop off at the end. So you want to make sure that you don't cut yourself short by zooming in too close. And then I'm going to take the next shot. You got to overlap, roughly 1/3 or no less than 25%. And then you just keep taking your shots as you go straight across. Hopefully you set up your tripod kind of level so you're not tilting down one way or another. And then you just take a whole series of images. So I'll write down these numbers: 4072. The first one was 4066. That's so I can find them when I go to my Photoshop elements and go looking for them. So let's go ahead and open that up. We need to find Photo Merge, Panorama. And auto works sometimes, cylindrical works fairly good most of the time. So we'll try that one. Make sure you got check mark and blend images together. Browse, find your images. And I'm going to look for that first number, 4066, which is right there. Go with the last one, 4072. Hold the shift key down, select them all. There's one image in there that I don't want. Hold the control key down, deselect that one. Still got all the other ones, so hit OK. 66, 72, they're all there. Okay, now I'm going to go to pause here, let the computer work for a while. Okay, after about 5 minutes, camera or the Photoshop Elements has stitched those together and automatically fill in the edges. Always no for me. Next thing, I don't need all those separate layers. So flatten image, merge visible, same thing there. Now I got one. The next thing I want to do is make my canvas a little bigger. So we'll resize canvas size. Go to 50, 30. Okay. All right. Next thing I'm going to try is correct camera distortion. And we'll make as much correction as we can here. Let's see. Kind of flatten it out there. Okay. Perspective. Maybe a little more. Okay. We'll go with that. Okay. And now I'm going to go image transform distort. Try to straighten this up a little bit more. Alright. It's kind of about to limit what I can do with Photoshop Elements. Regular Photoshop has puppet warp and we can kind of like pull and get this straightened out more. but don't have access in this program, so I'm going to live with that. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is probably crop this. Crop button. Go down to options, no restriction, that's good. And we're just going to kind of crop off the excess there. And it's a good thing I had a lot of extra in my original image because a lot of it's getting cut off. But, yeah, it's not too bad right there. It's kind of a wide panoramic, so I guess we'll live with that. Go ahead and duplicate that layer. Whoops. Just gonna use a regular lock. There, we'll just lock that up. And, okay, this one. Duplicate layer. And I would do my normal editing process that I showed in my earlier video. I start with multiply, and I'll bring down the opacity, give me a starting point. And you can see that's pretty dark. And merge visible. And then from this point, I would go into my Luminar and do as much editing as I could. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and then I'll do some editing, come back, and we'll compare. Well, there I did a quick and dirty edit. Normally I'd spend a lot more time on an image like this, especially on the really dark logs there. I'd have to do some masking and brighten up the dark. But for this example, all I wanted to show was putting together a panoramic image. And we'll see kind of what we started with. So that concludes this video.